Throwing, Jones. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. 7 yards, the pickup there. This defense for the Saints, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points, and if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
Well, you want to rattle him first and foremost. Bring some people at him, a couple extra guys in the pocket, see if he can handle it. The second thing, you want to make him think. Show him one look, go to another, disguise a few things, make him throw into what you call your defensive traps, and try to make some good plays on the ball and get a few takeaways.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in by Slayton. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first. This defense for the Saints, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. This defense for the Saints, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Here's a diving catch right side. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. First down, New York. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback, or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game?
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Barkley. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play. And Barkley did not get there. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Forced out to his left. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Strebler to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
With it is Jackson. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. Now Jones. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Giants. Kadarius Toney, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Giants 7, Saints nothing.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Second and 8 coming up. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. Uses the stiff arm. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now Strebler. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And running with power here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
A give. This is Kamara.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Kamara has it stripped, and the Giants have it. It's picked up, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Room here to run. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. From the gun. Jones. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Back to throw. Jones. Being chased out left. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They go back to the ground now with Barkley, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And they're going to get him. They bring him down the sack back at the 16-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Gano's kick is right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Strebler. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. From the gun is Strebler. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
This time they stay on the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
At the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Off the play fake, Jones. And that'll be caught by Tony. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Jones finding Tony for a Giants first down.
And the Giants first down.
Jones throwing on first down. Flushed out right. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another first down. Back to throw. Jones escaping the pressure right. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To throw is Strebler. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And we'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here we go with Kamara. got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Running with Kamara. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case...
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. The 40. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 96 yards. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, with Saquon Barkley, you often think of the elusiveness, the quickness, but he can definitely run with purpose as well, and he's able to shed a tackler there and continue on. Gano the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll go. Strebler. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 43. Kamara, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They run it again with Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Off the play fake, it's Strebler. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Strebler. Now he steps away. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Juwan Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, I mean, by the rush coming, and he's taken down. Pete Werner in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. To try again after the sack, Jones. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. They've got his man complete. And he will finally go out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the 25.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Jones now on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. After the sack on first down, Jones. Open man right side is Tony. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Here's Jones on third down. And Ingram hauls it in. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. Toward the pylon, caught. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, his second touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 128 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. To throw is Strebler. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So here we go, 45 ticks to play, and it's all going to come down to this onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go 10.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he can't find the receiver, and he's brought down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love